If you have a question on sales, email it to me, al.simon@sandler.com. You just might find that your question gets answered on the air. Today's question, James, this is an interesting question. So, there's always been that age-old advice to salespeople about don't take no for an answer. Right? It's been in movies, right? It's been all over the place. Don't take no for an answer. And the question is, Al, is it still good advice to tell a salesperson, don't take no for an answer? Well, as always, it's not black and white. It's a pretty complex issue. But let me ask it back. Is persistence a good thing? Is persistence a good thing? And if you look at it different ways, because most salespeople bail. Most salespeople don't hang in there long enough with potential prospects. We call them suspects. And they bail too early. As soon as they get any sign of rejection, they bail and they stop the conversation and they go on to the next one. And that's not always a bad thing, because what you don't want to do is chase things that aren't really real. So a lot of what our work that we do is helping people decide how to qualify or disqualify early, like playing poker, right? You don't want to keep putting money in the pot hoping that the last card you get is the one that wins the pot for you. That's not really a good way to, good poker players know that they either win the hand or a fold early, and they know how to figure that out. Same thing in sales. You got to decide, is this worth pursuing or not? And so if you decide it's worth pursuing, you don't want to be a pest either, because if you're a pest, you actually ruin your rapport and your close rate goes way down. So what I would say is, there is such a thing as selling after the no. And it sounds a little bit like this. So the prospect says to me, Al, we're not going to use you. We're going to go in a different direction. And I say, hey, James, appreciate that. Thank you. So it's over, right? James says, yes, it's over. I say, great. Now that it's over, how about I take off my sales hat and put on my consulting hat? And that'll take them by surprise. They'll go, okay, usually. And then you say, how do I, come through this phone line and sort of shake you by the shoulders and tell you I think you're making a big mistake. And if you do it right, it's not off-putting, but it gets the conversation into where it needs to be, into why it would make sense not to give me a no or not. That's kind of the way it is. So don't take no for an answer. On its face value, I don't like it, but if you work it, you can turn things into your favor sometimes. And that's the sales tip for today on the Ask Al segment. This is Al Simon, your host on Simon Says Let's Talk Business on Business RadioX. And as always, folks, good selling.